ugly. I'm too fat. I'm not good enough. I'm too dark. That treasures is called negative self talk. Have you ever talked negatively about yourself? My name is Nassimbwa, and I'm not your strong black woman. Welcome to episode 5, 3 easy ways to stop negative self talk. If you answered yes to the question I asked earlier, you are not alone. Everyone at some point in their life, even till today, has talked negative about themselves. Even Beyonce has talked negatively about herself. This episode is about what negative self talk is, how it impacts you, and 3 easy ways to stop negative self talk. What is negative self talk? Negative self talk is exactly what it sounds like. Negative meaning bad, self means you, and talk is speaking. So you're speaking badly about yourself. And it can start from a very early age and come from many different forms, or start from many different forms, from your parents to your peers to social media to the things you're watching on TV to what you're listening to, the music you're listening to, the books you're reading. All those things can have you thinking negatively about yourself. For example, if your parents used to call you fat, or call you dumb, or not so nice things about you. For me, it started from my peers. My peers used to talk about how black I was, how ugly I was, how my hair wasn't so great. Those things impacted me negatively, and I internalized it, and I thought those things about myself. I used to think I was ugly, that I wasn't good enough, that I was too black, that my nose was too big, that my hair was too ugly, and I used to say those things about myself, and it impacts me in a negative way, which leads me to how negative self-talk can impact you in a negative way. Number one, it can cause low self esteem. For me, that's what happened. It caused me to have low self esteem and lack of confidence. I didn't like the way I look. I didn't like my hair. I didn't like anything about myself, and I wanted to change like every single thing about myself. So it can definitely lead to low self esteem and lack of confidence. It can lead to depression, because how can you be happy if you're always talking negatively about yourself? It can make you sad. It can make you not want to leave your house. It can make you want to stay in bed and not want to do anything, because why? You're not liking anything about yourself. You're constantly talking negatively about yourself. So it can lead to depression. It can also lead to anxiety, where you're always worried, where you're overthinking, where you're worried about what other people are thinking about you, where you're worried about what people are saying about you, when you're worried about, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that because I'm not good enough, because you're telling yourself that you're not good enough. It can lead to suicide, especially if you suppress those emotions. You don't tell anybody how you're feeling. So if you're feeling like you're not good enough, if you notice that you're always thinking negatively about yourself, that you're feeling really sad and down about yourself, please seek help. Reach out to your therapist, reach out to a life coach. You can reach out to me on my stand page. You can reach out to a friend. You can reach out to a church member. You can reach out to someone close to you that you trust. And you're not alone. I have been through this. There are probably many people that have been through talking negatively about themselves. I have 3 easy ways to stop negative self talk. So take out your pen and paper. And I call it RCR. Okay, that was corny. But it is RCR. If you don't get anything from my message, remember RCR. And that stands for recognize, challenge, and reframe. So, 3 steps: recognize, challenge, and reframe. Step 1, you're going to recognize the negative thought. You're going to become aware of that negative thought. You're not going to dismiss it. You're not going to try to suppress it. And you're not going to constantly think about it. You're going to recognize it. You're going to name it. For example, say a thought comes into my mind that I say I'm fat, or I say it out loud. I'm going to recognize it. I'm going to become aware of it, because you cannot have self improvement if you do not have self awareness. So I'm going to become aware of that thought. And then I'm going to move to step 2, which is challenge it. I'm going to, ooh, 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 I'm going to fight back. I'm going to challenge that thought. And the way I'm going to challenge that negative thought is by having self compassion, is by being kind to myself. If you don't know what self compassion is, it literally means what it says. So, self, you, compassion is being kind and nice. So, being nice and kind to yourself. So, say I have that negative thought, I'm going to recognize it. I'm fat. Number 2, I'm going to challenge it. No, I'm not. um that's not nice. Don't say that to yourself. That is not okay. You are not fat. um and say you are a little bit overweight, you're still going to be kind to yourself. You're still going to have self compassion to yourself. Step 3, we're going to reframe it. We're going to turn that thought around into something positive. I am beautiful the way that I am. God made me beautiful the way that I am. I am working towards a healthier lifestyle, and I am not going to talk negatively about myself. You are amazing. You are beautiful, fat or not. So we're going to reframe that thought. So RCR, I wanted to do that again. Recognize, challenge, and reframe, because you are amazing, you are beautiful, you are loved. And if you are unable to be kind to yourself, you are unable to talk positively to yourself, how can anyone else do it? How can anyone else do it? And how can you do it to anybody else? You want to recognize what you're saying to yourself, what you're saying to the people around you, what you're saying to your children. Like I said, it can come from, how your parents may have talked up to you in the past, or how people may have talked to you in the past. So just recognize what you're saying to yourself, challenge it, and reframe it. Okay? You are amazing. You are beautiful. And I want you to repeat after me: I am love. I am peace. I am joy. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.